Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, we are working on the stabbing mechanic, the machete destroying mechanic for, what is it, vines and obstructions. I think that's exactly what I'm going to start with, actually. I'm going to start with the vines, um, roots, to be more precise, and we'll see what we can do about some other stuff. Now, in the meantime, I think for the roots, I want to get, what is it, assets foliage. I want to open up the project that had the root systems. Foliage. Ew, okay. What the heck is this title? Got just a click, didn't it? Perfect. We're just gonna be working on some. Okay, that's not it. Although we should probably extract more of these. Let's go ahead and open the right one. Root systems. Okay. So there is a node graph here that we need to use. You know what? Let's see if we can recall how to do it. Hello. How's it going? Let's get a Bezier curve and let's get a circle for now. Okay. Alex K. Hola. Now I'm gonna work way faster. Antoine, check the Discord messages. Greetings. I love how everybody dropped in the streams like, is there butts to be stabbing? Oh, I gotta see this. Okay, so we're gonna get ourselves geometry nodes. Make a new one. Now we're gonna see if we can recall how to do this. Oh. Okay, and then I'm just gonna double check something. We've been robbed. That title's the real clickbait. Oh yeah, great. What do I have here? Okay, that's the setup. Antoine, do you remember how I also asked you to place every object and prop that you've made into your scene? Twice? You used to have your props here, now I don't see them. Can you do that, please and thank you? Okay. So, let's get back in here. Okay, so what do we do here? We know that we need to supply the secondary shape. So how can we do that? Node group, there we go. Okay, so profile. This is going to be geometry selector. It's called thick vines, butt stabbing simulator. As close to it as we come. Okay. Autocomplete finally fixed. Thank you. Jeez. That's going to be useful. There we go. We need to select an object. All right. Next. What is it? Path. Curve. Something. I do know that we need, what is it? Fill curve? Or meshed curve? Yes. Okay. Although, no, that converts the mesh. actually, hold on. That converts a mesh to a curve, doesn't it? Godot can be used with Copilot. Absolutely no idea. Which is not very useful of an answer. Let's see. Sample, write. Okay, there's the curve. We have curve length, spline length, spline parameter, spline resolution. Curve to mesh. Oh, I think that's it. So that goes here. Then the profile, which is not the correct data type. The curve goes here, but the profile curve has to be provided. Now in this case, the profile is an object. Does it want geometry? Yeah, it's got to be an object. Right, can't really connect it this way. Curve to mesh. It wants the profile curve, we need to supply it here. Sample curve. Nope. Okay, it's got to be in here. What's the agenda today? Make sliceable vines, and then maybe even get the possessed plants that the player needs to destroy to get the safe room to unlock. Maybe this has to be geometry as well. It might actually have to be. Oh, nope. It doesn't ask to be provided with geometry. Vector? Nope. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a look at it. Root system. Okay, what did we do here? Object info. So we gave it an object and then extracted object info from it. Well, how is I supposed to remember that? Object info. And then here, this is going to be an object. Object is this. Okay. What else? Curve to mesh. And then set curve radius, apparently, is something else that we need to do. And still nada. Okay. Interesting. I did apply scale to the curve. I'm just going to do this right here as a little test. Okay, so that didn't really do anything. Fair enough. It's an object. And then the object is selected here. Okay, geometry goes into curve, curve goes into... What the heck? This is correct. Okay, let's see. Geometry goes into set curve radius. Geometry, set curve radius. From the set curve radius goes into curve to mesh. Curve to mesh. Wait, input geometry has unsupported type mesh. Oh, interesting. Root original geometry. So the profile is incorrect. Now, why is that the case? Is it because it's not supporting a curve? Nope, that's not it. Okay, root shape curve has a type of object. That's the profile. Circle. This is literally the same. Like, besides the radius being driven by an input and the gradient, it's literally the same. Why does it not work then? Input geometry has unsupported type mesh. And what do you want? You want geometry. Yeah, okay. If we go, whoops. If we go back here, here's the geometry that we're using. It is in fact a curve. That's right. And then here, it is a mesh. Maybe if we convert it to a curve, change it to Bezier, maybe make it non-cyclic. That is too many points, but there we go. Okay, what the shit? So I guess if it's a mesh, it doesn't support it. Okay. Cool. Can we do the reverse of subdivide on the curve? Like decimate. Decimate curve. Okay. All right, that's good. And I think if I were to do this, then we can make a pretty interesting effect here. Okay. Not bad. We can also twist. Was it Alt R? Or Control T? Okay, just gonna twist them up like this. Pretty sure we can also achieve this through the vertex shift in the geometry nodes, but I don't know how to, so we're just gonna rely on this for the time being. Nice. Okay. Oh, okay. That's quite a lot. Actually, it's quite a lot because the source profile is quite big. There we go. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing here is rigging this thing in Blender, but not animating it here. Let's call it blocking vines. I'm just going to export this real quick for the time being. Blocking vines 01. Try escape engine, models, props, foliage. There we go. Okay, just going to compare the size. Just gonna set up a new room. Okay, and let's take a look at blogging vines GLB. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new scene for it right away. Static body. Pop it in here. Save it up. Object, props, foliage. There we go. That is thoroughly inside out. I think we need to take, what is it? The profile, I think. Or is it this? Nope, it's the profile. There we go. Reverse the direction, and that should do it. Now we do have the root material that we made. I think we might be able to reuse it, because if I remember correctly, we had simply applied a bit of a color modulate on top of the base color. There is not a single root thing here. Okay. Save from 2. Let's go here. There we go. So I'm gonna take this, copy. Japanese, oh, right, okay. Okay, now the curves do not have any UV data. Can we have it generate the UV data? I don't know. I don't know if we can. We probably can from what I've seen. Yeah, auto texture space. This is only to be used within Blender. I don't think that's usable to export unless there's something in the modifiers. Hmm. Okay. And yeah, we have some color data here. So let me save this again. I'm gonna do dry. I'm gonna make it triplanar. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna go here. do this. And let's take a look at how big this is. Okay. That seems reasonable enough. Okay. So we're going to take the bottom, scale it. What is it? Alt T? Nope. Control T. I want to scale it down. Oh, right. We can't do that because the geometry is not using that information. So we need to take the radius. Cool. We're going to extract curve thickness. Set curve radius. Hmm. What do we do here? Spline parameter. Spline parameter gives us the factor. Okay. And then that can be used as radius. Nope, not really. Okay. That's not what I need. I guess research time. Blender. Geometry. Nodes. Get point size. Point scale. Point scale. We need a curve. Curve, radius, and geometry nodes. Okay, maybe. What the? Point scale node changes the scale attribute of every point in the geometry by a specified amount. But it changes. This is for 2.92. What the heck? Have geometry nodes been around this long? That is weird. Okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay. Hey, Dimitar. Just sending in the message. Um, use the curve like a circle and plug it in the radius. Right, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sample the thickness of a single point. Right, so if you have a Bezier curve, and then you just use regular extrusion, then you can do this. Scale the individual points. So I'm just trying to read that data and make use of it here. Curve parameter node. There's a spline parameter. Curve. Spline parameter. That's the only node that we have here. There's a factor, a length, and the index. Which, interestingly enough, the factor acts like a length. That's kind of curious. Points the curve. Spline length. So it's got to be spline something. Spline parameters, spline resolution. I don't think we can. That's interesting. And if we can't, then I don't really need to use geometry nodes to achieve this. Just do it the way we've done it always. Okay, using the factor. I don't think factor is what it is. Okay, can we get... Okay. Okay, so that takes a curve. Okay, and then we do this, and it does not work. Oh, I'm supplying the wrong property. There we go. Just gonna take the profile, apply scale, take this guy. Bring it under control. There we go. Switch direction, and we're back to where we were before. Okay, I just need to double check for overlaps. Cool. And now we can do this. Control, what is it? Shift S. Yeah, I saw the screenshot, but that's scaling along the length of it. It doesn't actually, it doesn't take this into account, does it? The scale of individual points, because that's what I need here. No point. Yeah, that's what I need. Thanks for the screenshot, though. Appreciate it. Maybe this is a little too extreme. Okay, so that's exported. Or is it? There we go. And what I need to do here is essentially get it to fall down when we destroy it. Okay. Save this, and I think I did save the material, so we should be, whoop, or we can just crash. Got it. Okay. Okay. Now, with this in place, we need to make it so that we can destroy it. So what I think we can do is make a small vine. So we destroy these segments. Take this. And then keep this in here. Okay, and that's the static vine. And then we're going to have a dynamic vine here. So when the player destroys this vine, we can have it collapse down. Now, in order for us to do that, I actually have to convert it to a mesh. And we're going to give it a single bone. This bone's going to be at the bottom. Okay. Let's make it be displayed in front. Just like that. No, we're going to slice the vines. Although the burning idea might be actually kind of cool. Okay. So we do that. This is going to be root. And then we take this, attach it to that with automatic weights. And I think that should do just fine. There we go. Okay. So now I think we can take the static one. Or we can take the armature. Let's see if we can actually pull this off. So take this and select the static and parent. There we go. Breakable vine. I don't know if Godot's going to honor this parenting arrangement. I guess we'll find out. Oh, it looks like it does. Cool. So it does organize everything under one more common node here. But what I want to do here now... Hey. Can we adjust this? Hold on a sec. No? What is this tool? Show button... Oh, edit mode, show buttons on joints. Okay. So can't really edit it? Oh, we can. Nice. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna make rigid bones. If I remember correctly, there used to be an option to generate rigid bones automatically. Create physical skeleton. I think that's it. And then there's some sort of a function that we use to enable rigid bones. Physical bones, start simulation, and it wants to know the array of the bones. Huh. Okay. So I'm just gonna I guess I'm going to attach a script here. So blocking vines, all of them will share the same script. Let's go to scripts, props interactable. Okay. And then in the ready function, we're going to talk to the skeleton, run physical bones start simulation, and then it wants to know which bones are being simulated, I think. Tells physical bones 3D nodes, physical bone 3D nodes to start simulating and reacting to the physics world. Optionally, a list of bone names can be passed in optionally. Okay. Allowing only the past bones to be simulated. So maybe we can exclude the root bone. Okay, cool. This is a random bunker chunk. I'll place one right here. You know, the fact that it takes this long to switch to the level scene preview kind of tells me that maybe there is a script, a tool script, maybe the multi-mesh forge generator that just keeps running every time we open it. Okay. That seems like it's working. Does need work though. That actually looks like it's slithering away. Okay. We can adjust friction, bounce, mass, linear dampening. Well, right. So we do need to have it know which bones to adjust. Because I don't want the root bone to be doing anything. Can we just delete it? I don't think we can just delete it. I think it's got to be just a static physical bone. Okay, var physics bone list. It's going to be an array of physical bone 3D. We're going to supply that array in here. And we're going to go to here. Make sure to save the script. There we go. Huh. Oh, right. Would be helpful if it was an export variable, so it does actually show up. And we'll take this, that, and this, and somehow Dang it. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I can't just drag and drop those nodes. Hmm. I could have it loop through the skeleton. If the structure is the same, get child, get child, get child, get child, and then loop through the children, and as long as it doesn't have the word root in it, it'll be a part of the array. Okay, so let's do bones to simulate. It's just going to be a regular array, and then func ready. We do armature, get child 1 or 0 technically, get child 0. You know, come to think of it, if we're playing this ball game, maybe we don't need to nest the armature inside of this other parent. You know, like this. Yes, there we go. That's the static. Yeah, and the other one's in the armature. Got it. Let's get this exported. Interesting. If we have to have the player sever some cables or wires, we can use physics bones to have them drop more or less naturally without having to animate them. Think that might work. Armature, get child 0, get child 0. Okay. So now get child 0, and then armature is not the first element. So we got to do get child 1. Actually, we could do get node armature. Is it always going to be called armature? I think that's important to find out. It just might. Oops, don't need this. It's not. No, it is called armature here. So I suppose if we, as long as we keep that node structure, that should be okay. So we go into the blocking vines, one, that's child 0. Then we can just do get node armature / skeleton 3D. And now we need to generate the physical bones again. There we go. Nice. And then in the skeleton 3D, get children. We can just, you know what, we can just do a for loop right away. Each bone in the children of the skeleton 3D. And we're going to do if the word root is not found in the name of the bone, then bones to simulate will receive this bone. Oh, and we have 2 ready functions here. Cool. Even though that technically the simulation isn't going to be done right away. Okay. I think we'll have to dial in things like friction. Otherwise, stuff just rolls off. And I'm pretty sure that physical bones... Oh, they do have a collision shape, so if anything, we could apply like a rectangular collision shape to them. The simpler the better. do we crash? There's no way to know. Yes, we did crash because the skeleton is no longer in the same location. The dangers of having your game run in a larger resolution. You don't see the errors in the background. There's got to be some sort of other indicator. Hey. Okay, but it still looks like the root bone's going somewhere. Let me print the bone list. Okay. So vine 1, blocking vine 01. Oh, right. And then it's bone 1, bone 2, bone 3, bone 4. Right, but it has to be a physical bone. So technically this is also a child of the armature. We don't want that to be added to the list. So if not root in the name of the bone, and each bone is physics bone 3D, then add it to the list. Curiously enough, it didn't crash. But let's run this with visible collision shapes and see what the collision shapes looks like. Because I feel like the root bone is still going somewhere. We may or may not have to lock it. Good day. Okay. Yeah, that definitely is going somewhere. Can we axis lock? So it can rotate, but it cannot move. I mean, it didn't move, but it most certainly... Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because we need like this bone to be super small. Let's try this. All right, let's give that a try. Man, sometimes I just zone out. I'm sitting there. Blender has long since exported the bone. Oh yeah, our bone structure has changed though. So the current physical bone arrangement's not gonna actually reflect. Let's try that again. There we go. Right, so the root bone's gotta be this tiny little thing. We will likely have to increase the friction quite a bit, or maybe even increase rotational dampening, because right now it just folds and it twists in all sorts of ways. Okay. Maybe. All right. Okay, that's cool and all, but a little too jittery. Place it right there. Do you know how to fix that? Unable to write file error. Never had that error. Who knows? Maybe trying to write to a restricted location. Okay, that's still... Man. That's just buggy as hell. Although this bone is pretty ginormous. I think there's going to be a certain rule against super long bones. Godot should have a way to simulate physics in 3D view. Does it now? Let's see. Show read only, animate physical bones. Oh. No configuration warning. Non-uniform scale. Oh, that could be a problem. Let's try that again. Oh, maybe that happened after we changed the bones. Alright. Can't really move those points. One thing that I'm going to be experimenting with is seeing if I can merge animations and ragdoll with the VR project to get those sweet ragdoll effects. Okay, we are rolling. We should now be rolling. Let's add more friction. Nope, can't do that. Gravity scale. Let's do 0.5. And then for angular damp, we set it to like 5. Same thing with linear. So we slow it down. Just switch back to Unity. I never use Unity in the first place. I am much rather satisfied with Godot's features. And, you know, I don't want to get the stink of garbage on my workflow. Okay. So too much. Too much. Let's go 1. It's all rolling everywhere. Okay, well, what else can we do here? Type pin joint. Could try a different joint type. Cone joint might work. Let's try that. Because I think the pin joint right now allows it to go just about everywhere. Okay. All right. Increase gravity scale. If not, we can always just pre-animate the thing. But I think this might be nice. Hmm. You know what? I think the problem is actually skinning. No, maybe not. This does look pretty reasonable. We could do a hinge joint, even more constrained. Okay. Let's say we go back to pin joint, but let's increase angular damping to 5. And this one could stay at 0.5. Linear damping for movement. What I'm not a huge fan of is the automatic collision that it chooses. You know what? That's actually the root bone. That's the root bone being all sorts of finicky. So maybe we'll do this. Also, we're not working with jolt at the moment, so that's another potential problems. Oh, why? There we go. Okay, shall we give jolt a try? Yeah, this would be a good point to enable jolt. Alright, what do we got to do? Just asset lib. Game jolt. Godot jolt. Which one to choose? Okay. Godot Jolt is a native extension that allows you to use Jolt Physics Engine to power Godot 3 physics. It functions as a drop-in solution replacement for Godot physics by implementing the same nodes that you use normally, like rigid body, character body. This version only supports Godot 4.2. Only supports Windows, Linux, Mac OS, iOS, and Android. Got it. Once the extension is extracted in your project folder, restart Godot, open project settings, make sure advanced settings is enabled, go to physics, then 3D. Change physics engine Jolt, restart Godot. Okay. "29 conflicts in your project that won't be installed." What are you talking about? Let me guess. Godot Jolt. Gee, I wonder who ended up making yet another project altering change without my say so or so much as communication. Looking at you, Antoine. Okay, let's see. Ready? So I think that's already up and running. Okay, let's see. Well, it's definitely better. I'm not too sure why the bones are so far apart, or why the geometry is so far apart from the bones, but yeah, that's way better. What do we have here? What does that say? Non-uniform scale, this node will probably not function as expected. Yeah, I know that. Physical skeleton. Okay, don't complain. And then root. Oh, nope, it's definitely going to complain. It's talking about non-uniform scale, and yet it is uniform scaled. With a non-uniform scale, this node will probably not function as expected. Same on all axes. It is same on all axes. Can the collision shape be a rectangular rather than cylindrical? You can change it, but it would be a manual process. So, you know. Ooh, great. Now we gotta do this by hand. It's a scale of a collision shape. Yeah, except no. Because it's 1, 1, 1. And there's a reset button on the node itself. And when I press it, it doesn't want to scale back, so... Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, when we run the game, it does look a lot better, though. So yeah, Jolt physics. Nice. And it stops. Okay, we probably want to make it not affect, not have the player affected. Let's see. Disable mode defines the behavior in the physics when process mode set to disabled. Similar scaled bones. Right, but bones don't really have a scale. Yeah, they're all the same. Oh well. Okay. We'll leave this here for the time being. Okay. Dry. Okay, that's not it. There we go. Okay, so the idea is we hit this thing. Now, I believe we are able to just scale it uniformly. We don't have to like stick to having the same size or multiple variations of this thing just because we need different sizes. Let's see. So we have this. Can we detect when we're hacking it? I believe so. What do we use to deal damage? Okay, so we don't want to run this here. Not yet. We have the wall. What is it? Bashable. Bashable wall. And the bashable wall doesn't run anything. Interesting. It has a bash damage. We might want to standardize this. Okay, give me 1 sec. Be right back. It's your butt, Vishal. It's your butt. Your butt's on the line. Okay. So I think what we need to do is get our damage code up and running. Now, whenever we're damaging something, I really want to make it a universal thing, or universal function. But hmm. We can technically detect the individual collision shapes, but I feel like it might just be better or easier to simply detect if we have like a invisible shape here and just detect that. I feel like that would be severely less over-engineered. Whoops. Static body is already there. I need a shape. And then for the shape, a box will do. But kind of feel like a cylinder might be a bit better. That's definitely not the shape that I selected. There we go. Cool. Let's give it a... What are we doing? Damageables, I think? Do we have a damageables group? No. We have a node group on the bashable wall. That node group is called bashable group. Okay. Yeah, I can kind of see what it is. We have bashable. And what else? I suppose damageable, right? Because you can use... You can use a sledgehammer on a petrified enemy. Maybe we can also use the machete. What kind of life title is that? The kind of life title that gets people in the comments section. Hello. Welcome. Also hi, yes. Perfect. I should come up with more absurd titles. Gets the traction. Okay. I lied. There's no butts to be stabbed here. Let's get, what is it? Sliceable group? Okay. Sliceable group, and no butts to stab, at least not yet. Now that we have it in the group, we can go into... I know that we can go into the animation, and we can make the hand animation have an extra, what is it, frame to perform damage checks. Let's see here. Just gonna open up the player scene. Okay. So take this, go to the animation player. We might want to establish a function. We don't have anything. Okay. Let's do func slice attack. For now, I'm just gonna put a pass here. Save it. And we're gonna go to the animation. Oh, I think we actually need to take player hands first of all. And we need to save the attack execute military machete. Save to file, keep custom tracks, and then animation, armature animations, player. Save it up, re-import it. Fancy live chat viewer. It's minimalism, more or less. More or lessism. Attack execute. So what do we got? We've got stab. So right around here. We need to make a new track. It's going to be a method call track in the player. And the method we're going to be calling is slice attack. Okay. So that concludes this point. Slice attack. What do we use for the actual attack? We have a bunch of ray casts for various purposes here. Melee damage ray. I think we could just use that. So, var. I'm going to do if melee damage ray. Does it have a node for it? melee, yeah, nice. Melee damage ray node is colliding. So if it's colliding, get the collider. Okay, when we get the collider, we need to check that it's not null. Come on, there we go. All right, so now we check if collider is in group called, what was the name of the group? Sliceable group? Oh, why did I add the bunker wall to the sliceable group? That's not good. Blocking vines, that's what I need to add. There we go. So if it is a part of the sliceable group, then we're going to run the damage command. For now, we're not going to... Yeah, for now, we're not going to figure out how much damage. That's not important. What we do need to do, however, we need to give the sliceable, the blocking vine a damage function. There we go. And then for now, it's just going to run this just as a test. Alrighty. Let's take a look here. Did we crash? No, we're just loading. Man, there's got to be a better way to communicate that a crash has occurred when the application's in full screen. There we go. Well, that didn't do shit. Okay, let's see if this actually gets called. Slice attack. Okay, so slice attack did get called. Let's place a breakpoint right here. Okay, we're gonna double check at where it decides to crap out. Okay, so let's see here. Breakpoint. Okay, where do we go from here? So step into. It's going to check if the melee ray is colliding. Is it? It is. We get the collider. Check if the collider is not equals null. It is not null. Then check if the colliders are part of the group of sliceable group. And it was not. Fascinating. Group name already exists. So that only tells us that maybe we were colliding with something else. Maybe we were colliding with, like, ourselves. Or, I don't know, some wall, invisible area, maybe. We might want to double check that. So to the developer, oops, developer dev panel, dev tools. To the dev tools we go. Okay, so we have rigid interact. We might want to duplicate this. This is melee interact info. Okay. Melee interact info. Melee interactable, and then does the player store this information? Let's take a look. Nope, not by the looks of it. Melee hit damage. Melee process. Okay, melee process is where we run it over and over. Looking at bashable becomes true. I need to know what this is. What is it that it's colliding with? So let's go up here. Okay. Var looked at melee damageable. Okay, go back down here into the melee process. So set this to null. And then here, we're gonna simply store the collider. Cool. So we'll go back to the dev tools. And then we'll go to the player, and then we're gonna print looked at melee damageable. As a matter of fact, I might want to make this whole developer info panel a little bit larger. In fact, you know what? Another improvement that we need to do here. The size is way too small. Let's give it a theme. Let's override, what is it? Rich text labels is what we use here. Could have just used regular labels, to be honest. And then the font size is going to be 10. Oh, that's bold. Don't want to do that. Normal. Sure. Yeah, that's going to take up less space on the screen. Aha, melee interactable is character body, which is the player. So the melee node is colliding with the player himself. Okay, well now that we know that, we can go to the ready. We can tell it to ignore it. So melee damage ray, add collisions exception. Oh, it's just add exception. There we go. Nice. So this should make it ignore the player. How did we manage to how did we manage to pull this off without? How do we manage to make the bashable code work without it colliding with the player. Oh well. Okay. There we go. Blocking vines. So we can take more tree machete. Okay. That's a breakpoint, I believe. But that did seem to work. Yes, it is a breakpoint. Okay. And yeah, we might as well just run it again. So, in terms of the slicing code, by the way, something I figured I might be able to pull off is the first attack is the one that you gotta hold. So you hold the button and it starts attacking, right? When it reaches this point, if you let go and you've waited until this point right here, there we go. Oh yeah, the triplanar texture definitely doesn't help. But if you wait for it like this and you let go, we're gonna do a strong animation, like a strong slice animation. And then if you happen to click at the right time, it's gonna do another strong animation. And it's gonna do like left, right, left, right, left, right, but you gotta time it right. If you don't time it right, it's actually just gonna play this animation, where it's just a single one. Okay. Now, whenever we deal slice damage, I think it might be a good idea to send the coordinate of where the raycast detected the collision, so that we could place some sort of a particle there, right? Like a bark particle. Make it bleed. It's reminds me of the dog meat vaulting over the ledge in Fallout. What is it, 2? The weird bug, because it used the human animations. Why does this look like shit? Hey, that's interesting. Bleed maple syrup. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's just basically a turd at this point. Trying to make like a piece of bark. Turning out to look like a piece of shit. I don't know. I guess we'll just work with it as a placeholder for the time being. Duke Nukem. Oh god, that reminds me of this one interpretation.
It's time to kick gum and chew ass. and I'm all
god, that laugh. Oh god. It's like drugs. Better than drugs. Nearly pissed myself. Yeah, me too. Oh, jeez. I had that on a loop for like a good 2 minutes when I heard that. Okay, I don't know. We're just making like a rotten hot dog in here. Oh, that's just the washout brush. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna place something here just for the time being, so we have something to work with. And let's do PNG. Where does this go? This goes to Dread Tail. Engine. Textures. Particles. Okay. Bark. What is it? Slices. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Sliceable group. Okay, so what we're going to do is when we send damage, what do we need to send when we deal damage? I think maybe self. So who's dealing damage? And get the collision point. And also the amount of damage. So let's do like 5 for now. And then get collision point. There we go. 3 pieces of data. Node, amount, location. Okay. So go back here. Okay, and then we need to create a single particle burst. Okay, so bark, vine, bark, slice, burst. GPU particle 3D. Let's give it quad mesh, standard material, and albedo. Mm-hmm. Alpha hashed. Maybe. Oh, no, that looks like ass. Just alpha. Billboard. Particle billboard. Cool. And then for now, we're going to have to go into process material, give it particle material. Let's start with display and then scale. It's going to have a curve from nothing to this. Now, in order for that scale to be displayed, we actually need to modify something in here. Keep scale. There we go. What else? Rotation. Right. Hmm. Okay, that's definitely not it. Where do we have spawn? There we go. Okay, maybe we can get it to be a bit more explosive. Give it some velocity. Spread. Okay, lifespan. Let's do also angular velocity. Okay, this may not be the best looking thing, but I think for the time being this will work. We need to know when it's done, so it's got to be a one shot, and it does have a finished signal. Perfect. I've been long waiting for that to be the case. We're going to do a, what is it? Object particles, right? We don't have one. We've never actually done particles. Huh. Find slice bark. Okay, and then pop it in here. And then Q free. Okay, save this objects. I think I just saved the script in here. Whoops. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Move. Scripts. No particles here either. Yes. Oh, there we go. And beautiful. And that did not move it. Oh, yeah, it did. Man, Godot interface is like, hold on a sec, going too fast. I gotta catch up. Okay, so that's good. We're gonna go to the blocking vines. We need to do var part preload. Okay, we're gonna preload the vine bark slice, and then new part. Take the preload, instantiate a copy, a get tree, current scene. We add child, and then set the global position to be the location where we performed the slice. Okay, now I'm also going to give it var HP. Let's do what? If it's a weak slice, then we would do 5 damage. If it's a strong slice, 10. Okay, so let's do 30. Okay. HP minus equals amount, and then if HP drops less or equals to 0, we then run this, and we only allow this to run if HP is over 0. If it's less or equals to 0, return. And that should do it. So I think it's a good idea to stop the simulation after a few seconds. So maybe before we forget, let's do that. Timer. Okay, so simulation stop timer. Okay, it's going to be a one shot. Let's set it to 5 seconds. Tell it to start. And then when it's done, stop simulation. That has to be a function. Pretty sure it is, but just in case. Stop simulation, no parameters required. Okay, there we go. The physics on it would go to sleep, but if the player walks over it, it will end up, still getting disturbed. Or really, if anything falls on it, including other vines. If there was a built-in feature that says as soon as it goes to sleep, it removes itself, that could work. But alas, for the time being, we gotta do it manually. Okay. Cool. Well, something happened. Oh yeah, you know what? Our particle doesn't start itself either. Add child, object derived class argument 1, packed scenes not subclass. Oh. We probably want to work with the new instance. And while we're here, not emit signal. What's the property? Emitting. There we go. Okay. Hey. Well, I mean, it looks like ass, but it works. Okay, so a couple of these slow slices should do it. Nice. Yeah. You know what? I think that works. We'll have to, oh. Ah, really? 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 That's how we're gonna play. You mean... My god. Like, we can't just, like, disable it and have it stay in one place. I have to record the transforms for every single bone. There's gotta be a way. Hold on a second. Physical bones. Remove collision exceptions, add collision exceptions. Localize rests. Reset bone poses. Register skin, set bone enabled. Returns all bones in skeleton to their rest poses. No, that's not what we need. Can we take a look at here? Do we have a freeze property? Oh, we could disable it. Make static. Defines the behavior in the physics when node process mode is set to process mode disabled. We might be able to work with that, maybe. It says that it's going to remove it though. Let's see. So we don't stop the physics simulation, although we might have to do that at some point. Let's do for each bone in bones to simulate. Process mode disabled. Let's see this. Time to kick gum and chew ass. And a mole lot of ass. Okay, can we speed this along, please? Jeez. Oh. Okay. That makes sense because we're not supposed to be doing this right away. We're supposed to wait until it's done and then we do it. Okay. Oh, wait. We're not supposed to stop simulating. Okay. Oh. It wants me to follow it. Did Timmy fall down the well? God. Okay. So, I suppose. Oh. Right. Not every bone is in that array. Hmm. Okay. So let's do this. Var all physics bones. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna say the array will append each bone as long as it is a bone. And then into the bones to simulate, it's gonna append as long as it does not have the word root in it. So go back here, all bones. Let's try this out. Maybe that's what happened. Although we do have the setting here that says remove. I don't know if it physically means remove like the actual node. Or if it just removes it from the physics processing pool. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. It stays the way it is. Now, is it perfect? Not really, but it works. Okay. Whew. Cool. And you know what? That means that we can keep it disabled. Hopefully. Let me just double check that in collision view. We get to a point where we'll end up using small scenes to test certain features because of the loading times. Yeah, you know what? That is a fantastic idea. That's what the sandbox is for. I guess I haven't run out of patience by this point. I can only imagine what people are doing on the other side of the stream, pulling their hairs out. Hurry this along! Okay, so when it's disabled, yeah, look at that. All of their collisions get disabled as well. Nice. All right, beautiful. As a matter of fact, oh yeah, we still have the big collision shape here. We can probably just remove that. What's better? What's more performant? Disabling a collision or removing it? Because there's the whole, principle of when collisions get added, it has to create what the collision tree or whatever the collision algorithm does, right? So maybe disabling it doesn't cause the whole collision tree. Okay. It's probably negligible. Okay. Fair enough. So I suppose I'll just disable it. So we'll take collision shape. Ah. Physics bone root. No, it's this one. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Sure. That works. Man, I gotta say, the camera animations add so much. Whoa. Okay. We may want to make these rigid bones ignore the player. As a matter of fact, we have a node origin. This is the player. We could say that before we start simulation, we're going to take all physics bones for each bone in all physics bones. Tell each bone to... Alright, it doesn't know that it's a bone, so we gotta go find the code here. Add exception, I think. I think I've seen it. Reset bone, set bone. Oh, physical bone, add the collision exception. And then we never need to add it again. There we go. If an explosion destroys the vines, I don't think explosions are going to be destroying vines in this case. But that is a good point. Maybe we should make explosions destroy the vines. Well, if you're close enough to the vines when the explosion takes place, I think the explosion is going to be the biggest problem, Never mind half my leg and both my arms missing. The vine just pushing me around, If you're close enough to a vine during an explosion, you're also close enough to the thing that destroys the vine. Okay, well now we crashed. Now does this function? Physical bone. Huh? Physical bone 3D. Physical bones at so we don't perform this on each bone, we perform this on the entire skeleton. That's convenient. So we'll just do this. I did not read that. Cool. Vine phobia. Yo, man. Cancel this man. He's vine phobic. All vines are beautiful. Okay. Nice. Although we should probably test that with the whole thing in place. Okay. What can we do here? So we have this piece. Right. Now, we don't have to drop this thing into the profile, but, big ol' but, the static component is supposed to stay there. I actually did not pay attention if it was. Because there's a little tiny vine piece at the top so that it doesn't look like it just goes into nothing. Yes, okay, so it is there. That's good. Let me just disable this. Okay, so let's see how scalable this is for other vines. What do we need to do? We need to use a custom collision or a custom origin point. When we're exporting, that's STL. I don't need that. When we're exporting GLTF, transform. Yeah, there's no way to set the origin point here, which is something that this plugin does. But this plugin exports objects by parent, so that means we actually do need this armature to be a part of that static object. Because otherwise it's gonna export them as two separate objects. Okay, compromises. That's fine. It is what it is. Now that is going to kerfuffle our node structure a little bit. We have to make up for it. No, it's not. What? Hold on a second. Okay, that is correct. And that is nonsense. So we're gonna have to do this. Blocking vines. At some point, you import and re-import the same object so many times that it just breaks. It just breaks. Okay, so pop that at the top so that when we get the children, child 0 is this, and then we do armature. Oh, static element is still not parented correctly. And at this point, I'm not sure if that's ever gonna happen. Let me try, let me try exporting this using parent. Okay, so go here. Jet tailscape, engine models, props, foliage. And this is dead trees blocking vines. I'm just going to save it here and export it one file. The origin, set location, set rotation, that should be good. All right, let's see how that exported it. If it did at all. Oh, there we go. Yeah. It seems like it doesn't matter if we do it like that. The static element is going to be aside. Is that going to be a problem? Well, let's find out. Let's make another one. Okay, so what do we got here? We got this armature. We got the static component, and we got the blocking vines, the static mesh. Okay. Take the static component. We're going to duplicate it. Unparent. Oh. Well, that doesn't seem right. Did we parent the right thing into the right thing? I don't think we did. Alt-P, clear parent. And then armature goes into static. Yeah, static has to be the active component. There we go. Let's just export this using this. And let's see if the structure changes. Come on, come on. And it does not. Okay. Interesting. So in that case, I'm just gonna duplicate this. We don't need the armature, don't need these vines. I do need this. Gonna call it blocking vine. And this is rigid vine 01. Let's do that. Okay, this is blocking vine 02. We're gonna duplicate. And then what are we gonna do here? Beautiful. Okay, let's make it maybe not the same exact profile. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we're gonna create an armature for this now. We're gonna go from the bottom, like we did before. We know that we don't need super long bones. Oh, I don't know. What are you trying to do here? That's not exactly what I wanted. Go away. Yes, we have 2 blenders, but how about a 3rd blender? You can never have too much blenders. Okay, I may or may not have to start moving this. Wait. Right, that's separate. Pop that in there. Block that off. That geometry modifier was awesome idea for the roots. Yeah, actually, it's been quite handy. In this case, not so much. Just because like geometry nodes didn't really do anything that I couldn't really do. But we may still end up switching this to geometry nodes, simply because the whatchamacalls it, the leaves and whatnot might populate this with leaves, some sort of foliage, greenery. Oh yes, that's right, and the bottommost supposed to have a tiny bone there. Nope. Gave up on the Gamedev. So much errors I can't solve. You know, sometimes you just gotta take a break. A long one. Play some games. Get some new inspiration. Just so you know. You never know. Oh, oh no, I want to open the image. Thank you. There you go, buddy. Hope this helps. Other than that, I send you my thoughts and prayers. There we go. Also scatter tiny roots on the surface. Yes, that is also the case. But probably not going to be using, doing that in Blender. Just do that in Godot. Okay, cool. So the test here is whether or not we can propagate the functionality into multiple nodes without doing any additional code. So we're going to do armature deform with automatic weights. For some reason, the automatic weights option is missing. All right, because this is a... Oof, okay. Convert to mesh. Irreversibly. Automatic weights. And then we take that top piece. we go. Dimitar. Military machete handle size fixed. Perfect. All right. So we're going to check that out. Let me just take this parent object and let's see how this comes out. One file exported. Okay. One file. So that's blocking vines. Where is it? Blocking vines are 1. So I'm going to save this. We're going to save scene as blocking vines 2. Non-inherited. Don't need that. We're going to take this. Editable children. Okay, that's fine. And then, oh, interesting. The mesh in here. Huh. Fascinating. Watch the last stream and listen. Nice. Okay. So, this has to be the first node. But the structure. It is now inside of here. But with the first one, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the parenting is a little off on the first one. So we're going to take this. What do we have here? So here, armature. This has to be inside of the armature. As a matter of fact, usually it is. Mesh, Control P, automatic weights. Yes, there we go. Okay, now if I do this, export, one file exported. Okay. Let's take a look at the first. Okay, so we should see, we saw nothing. Blocking vines, vine. Okay, so this is vines, this is vine. That's fine by me. We're just gonna drop that in here. Editable children. Oh yes, it is also centered, which is actually good. Because we can then center drag things into the map. Okay, so I'll just do this. Oh. Damn it, it's not what I wanted to do. And it also, it doesn't undo it. That's lovely. Reset this. Reset this. Mm-hmm. Secret animation for the machete as an Easter egg, where a player holds the blade by the edge and bashes with a handle. It's like 1 in 1,000 chance that's gonna happen. Oh god. There was oh man, I actually had an idea like this for some sort of a keypad. Right now the keypad mechanic is you look at it and you press a button and the key goes in. I had an idea for a keypad where it's like an actually involved animation, which means like the character camera moves closer on it, the left hand grabs the panel. It's like a standout box, right? External keypad. And then they grab the thing with the left hand, and then when you press a button, like a key button, the right hand presses that key on the keypad. And the idea I had is if you input the wrong code too many times, it just starts bashing on the thing and breaking the lid open. God, I think that'd be a fun little thing. We'll leave the Easter eggs until the end. It's like character gets frustrated. Okay. So, what's the structure like? I think that's actually better. So 1, 2, 3, skeleton. And then 1, 2, 3, skeleton. Okay, that could work. That could work. But get child 0 is this one. Then we have to do another get child 0, which is this one. And these names could be different. And then it's armature, skeleton, and there we go. So I think that should work. I think that should work. All we need to do is generate physical skeleton. Mm-hmm. Once the player knows it's an exploit. Well, they don't break the keypad to the point where they don't need to punch in the code. It would just be like they literally like knock it so hard they rip the metal shielding around it, but they still have to interact with it. Okay, so let's go here. As a matter of fact, let's apply the dry material. Since we converted this to a mesh, we're gonna have to texture it or UV map it. Okay. It's also very well. Oh yeah, it's like this because we can't do much in terms of a height map. It's triplanarly mapped, so no height data for us. Okay, that's fine. Let's just see if it's working. So we got 2 of these. Okay. Might have to make them smaller. Actually, we can make them smaller. That's the whole point. All right. Let's see. Oh, the keypad's broken. Oh, I'm thinking like 10 times enter the wrong code. Something crashed, and I'm sitting here waiting. Can I get call method get children on null? What? Get children on null, so we couldn't get this. Okay. Blocking vines. Let's double check this. So, this code is run by the top node. So we do get child 0, that's this one. Get child 0, that's this one. Then we do get node, armature, skeleton 3D, skeleton 3D. Okay, what about this one? Ah, you sack of shit. Can't do this because we have multiple armatures in the blend file, and we are not allowed to have the same node name. Is that something we can change in Blender by any chance? Could we have it allow multiple nodes with the same name? I suppose it would probably break a whole bunch of scripting or plugins because they probably rely on the names being unique. But it's really annoying the fact that you can't have 2 nodes with the same name while them not sharing the same parent. Like, these 2 nodes are... Yeah, look at that. These 2 nodes are in 2 unrelated collections. As a matter of fact, they both have a child. Yep. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's why we test. Okay, so I guess we're gonna do dot get child again. First child, and then here we'll just get the skeleton 3D. Alrighty. Chemical. Where are you storing the files, by the way? That Godot can't access them. Oh, okay. It was working. Hold on. Can we still do it? Nope. No, we closed it. Okay, and we're also gonna pull from GitHub. Yeah, I really do need a, a separate testing scene. Okay, military machete. And that crashed. Attempt to call function physical bones on base null instance on null instance. Ah, right. Right. Okay, we're probably gonna have to get the skeleton node stored as a separate variable. So var skeleton node null. We're gonna set the skeleton node is going to contain this thing. Oh, like this. And then in the skeleton node, I guess we can do the smart thing. And then the pro move right here, and then make it on ready. Make it contain it this way. So when the node is ready, it's gonna make a variable, contains the skeleton 3D. Okay. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Cool. Ready? Nice. It drops like a piece of shit. God. Okay, that's fascinating. And then, there we go. Okay, well that's a bit much. It's almost like it's pre-twisted. But that works though. Alright, let's go ahead and pull, let's see, GitHub. It's the texture doesn't help. I mean, that literally is a shit texture. Figuratively and, literally. I need something that's like dark and desaturated. Maybe not, never mind. We'll just make it purple. There you go. It's Barney shit. Has been around here. Soft serve chocolate ice cream. Yes. Yes. If you're not a degenerate, that's what you can also see. Okay, did we pull? Yes, we did. Okay, cool. Let's double check this. Can we give it more stiffness? I hope, maybe. We can actually try using the cone collision. Okay, we're amassing errors before we can run this, apparently. Okay. What are we testing? Oh, the machete. That's right. The handle. Okay. Yes. Okay, I think that looks better. Dimitar, did you only make the handle smaller, or did you also extend the blade? Maybe it's just our perspective. Is this with ragdoll? Yes. Yeah, physical bones. Let me try this. Only the handle. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, what do you guys think? Is that going to be good for a machete? Because maybe it's the camera perspective, but it looks a little... It looks more like a knife right now. I don't really know what we can do about that. Let's try doing a different type of joint. Let's do cone. Yeah, let's do cone joint. Let's try that. I like it. Predator-like knife. I know. I just, you know, if we mean to make it a knife and it looks like a knife, then, you know, all hunky-dory. But if we're planning on a machete, but it comes out looking like a knife, and we're like, okay, I guess it's a knife now, then, you know, it's not really a great way to go about it. Okay. Yeah, the self-collision thing is... Actually, let's maybe increase the radius. Let's increase the radius of the collision shapes. Can we do it? Nope. Not all at once, apparently. Okay. I can't even see it this way. Actually, is it? Is it bugged? No. Radius. Oh. Interesting. That's the root bone. We can probably automate this. Yeah. So let's do 0.25. Okay, so when we're in the ready function, as we are going through the bones, make radius larger. I think there should be some sort of a panel for us in Godot Engine to help change this. Well, maybe we'll make a plugin for it. That's what they want us to do. Each bone, get child 0. That should be the collision shape. Talk to the shape. And then set radius to this. Okay, maybe this will help with the vine components not colliding or phasing into one another, because they'll be colliding with oneself. Machete looks awesome. Hell yeah, looks awesome. Okay, it also fits in the screen entirely. Yes, okay, that's way better. So the cross collision, maybe we can even push it a little bit, like 0.27. Nice. Okay, so that looks less like a piece of shit because it actually it actually collides visibly with its own strands. I reckon if we increase the radius even more, it will kind of look like it's stiff. Yes. 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 You know what? I think the triplanar material also makes it look like it's just like, you know. We do have the other machete. Yes. So we have the other machete. So the regular machete, I don't think you've added it to the item database, right? Let's see. Did you? Okay, we can't open the script this way. You did. Okay, hold on a sec. We're going to give that a quick test. Because I think we should be able to just use the same animations with that. Okay. let's just give it a quick test. I think the takeout animation might not play. Try adding force to it when it starts falling. Maybe I can just reduce the gravity. Okay, so we got military machete, and where's the other one? Makeshift pry tool. Huh. What's it called? At the top. Map. Oh, yes. Good point. Alright. Yeah, so the name, it needs to have the proper name. Huh. Okay. It needs, and it's not the problem with the object definition, it's the problem with the code, because I think it expects to see an animation called item takeout underscore and then machete. Now, we could just copy the animation. It's literally the same animation. Let's see. We're gonna do what? We're gonna do player hands rig. Okay, and then we have item takeout military machete. We are going to duplicate it and just say machete. Literally the same thing. And then just export this. I think that's the easiest route. Engine, models, player, hands rig. Okay. Forward force, like if the machete would push it. Yeah, okay. I can see that looking a bit better. Just gonna wait. So the machete is in place, the damage code is in place. All we need to do now is get the weird mutated paranormal flower things. Okay, let's see it. Beautiful. I love it. I think that's Antoine's notes on having to keep the center point in the center, which is not really required. We're gonna reset and keep it here. And if we really need to do something about the center point, we just adjust it somewhere here. Center of mass, custom, and then is there an indicator for it? There is not. Well, that's not very useful. Okay, we'll keep it here for the time being. Only adding item to the database. Well, that helps. Now, in terms of using explosive to clear out the vines, I feel like... Oh, yes. Yes, we've seen that. We need to specify... the geometry nodes, the mesh, so that it switches it to the FPS viewport when we're holding it. Right, so I feel like having explosive canisters destroying vines might be... I feel like it might be devaluing the importance of the vines. Importance of the machetes. There we go. Oh, it kind of looks like a club from this angle. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. So it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to do it. So it's just called machete. I had a piece of code in the player that called it. What is it? Military makeshift machete and then craftsman's machete. Let's call it craftsman's machete. Since we already have makeshift and military, might as well just give it a name here. Master node. Okay. I think that's what you call a man who's good at tool making, right? Not necessarily, well, smith's machete, blacksmith's machete. Nah. Okay, I'm just gonna place it right here so it's right next to the other one. Okay. The blade should be thinner. I think so too. Yes. It looks like something you just. Oh no. The machete has gone dull. I guess I'm going to be clubbing today. Knife maker. Yeah, but does that sound cool? Okay. Well, that now it's broken. Craftsman's machete. What's it called here? Craftsman's machete. Yes. Oh yeah, it's in here. The animation. Go away, Blender. It's gonna be Craftsman's machete. I think so. Yep. Fried chicken knife. The fried chicken knife and the fried chicken man. You better watch out. I'm gonna cut your giblets. Ever since the fried chicken man found out I had ranch dressing, has been avoiding me. What in the shit? Doing everything at once. Compiling, saving, unloading. Come on. Think of this. After this, I'm gonna take a break. We need to deal with this when we switch items. You can see them briefly spawn in. Maybe we'll switch, instance them invisible. Nice. And beautiful. Cool. This works. As a matter of fact, don't we have a shake that we can use here? Damage melee hit. We have a FOV change that we're doing here. And then we have a border and splash. Cam wiggle melee amount. There we go. I'm going to make a function. So add cam wiggle. Give it an amount. And then we're just going to add this amount. Okay, and maybe another function. Func set impact FOV amount. Let's do it like this. Cool. So let's go slice attack. We're going to call both of these functions. Cam wiggle, what do we usually use here? 3.0. So I guess we'll just test with that. And then we also have impact FOV, negative 15. Is that really what we need to do? Impact FOV equals negative 15. That seems a lot. It does return. Oh, that's impact FOV. It gets added to the base FOV. Got it. Open the file preemptively. Blade fix incoming. Got it. Sounds good. Man. Yeah, I gotta say the craftsman's machete kind of looks like something that jihad would discipline their wives with. Jesus. This thing is menacing. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's a bit much. that's a bit much. Also, it's just constantly doing it. Cam process. Mount set to 3. Oh, right. Okay. So we would usually use a tween in order to mess around with this. So I guess we can just copy that over here. And it's going to go back to 0.2 over to 2.5 seconds. And that's good. Okay, so now we can simply call this right here. It's still too much, though. So maybe being able to supply the speed at which it dissipates might be nice. Okay. Maybe FOV part is not appropriate here. No FOV change. And let's set the speed. Let's make it equals 2.5 by default. Okay. That's good. So that's for the damage. As a matter of fact, I think it's too long when we do a melee hit as well. Okay, that's good. And then here, slice attack. This is going to be like 1.0. And the amount is going to be 1. No, see, Antoine's showcasing the modular pieces on the chat Discord server. Looking good. Nice. Antoine, don't make stuff that looks too good, okay? We still have Atomicon to work on. Don't make me make those models be reserved for Atomicon. We've been through this before. It's the freaking modular bunker kit all over again. This shit looks too nice to use on Dreadtail for a mini game. Craftsman's machete. Yeah, doesn't matter which one. Should just work. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Antoine made an amazing looking underground vault type bunker set, and I'm like, dude, this looks way too good to use on Dreadtail. I'm keeping this for Atomicon. I'm sorry. You need to practice for Atomicon. Yes, that's fine. That's fair enough. That's a good point. Okay, so we have this. We have the machete attack code. We still have to add the quick swipes for the machete. So the mechanic is fairly simple. Let us see. Antoine, is the bunker kit that you made before still in the files by any chance? Let's send you pics. Okay. Did you end up scraping it from the files, or is it still in there somewhere? Because I think I vaguely recall. No, it isn't. Okay, got it. Yeah, send some pics in the chat, and I'll just showcase it in the stream. Cause goddamn, it's like I don't want to spend this on like a short project. I wanna make use the hell out of it, and I don't want to reuse props between projects as well. I know that it's perfectly fine from just game developer standpoint, but from my standpoint, it's like I want to make sure that there's a particular visual identity for each project. So, when it comes to barrels and chairs, like, okay, sure, forks and knives and cups and, generic stuff, absolutely. But for anything that's like more personalized, I wanted to make it unique. Um, okay. Machete blade fixed. Got it. Let me just pull. Also, I got an idea. Oh, machete TSCN. Stash changes and continue. Right. I need to stash my machete because I renamed it and I didn't push the changes. Where is machete? Okay, discard changes. Yep, that's fine. And then pull origin. Now I think if I resave now, the OBJ has changed, but the machete has not. The current bunker kill will be used in Dreadtail. I mean, I'm looking at the door and I'm like, man, this looks juicy. But I'm gonna refrain myself. I'm sure we can make something else for Atomicon again. It's fine. What was I saying in terms of visual identity and then something else? Oh, god damn it. Too many things happening at once. Okay. Oh god. Okay, this isn't. I just noticed the. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to save it. Oh god, I almost made this my background. This is. Jesus. Fix the origin and collider. Right. Okay. So let me just double check. Is this gonna work? Look at that. Look, wait until you see the mall kit for Atomicon. Damn. Okay. I see that you're doing this whole grid map thing, which I suppose is fine. We're gonna see how versatile it is. But I'm really liking this whole. Well, that's not the right one. I'm really liking the whole concept or approach where the walls are standalone and they do have the edge pieces because it. Oh, Dimitar. It's still a machete, right? Machete material, right? Hold on. Why is it so small? Butter spread knife of doom. I know, right? I'm gonna stab you. It looks like it's a stabbing time. Yeah, but it's it's just take this. Oh, nice, beautiful. That's what I wanted to do. Absolutely. Double the stabbing power. All right. Your giblets are mine, chicken man. Oh god, I should just make the fried chicken man and put him in the game as an Easter egg. You gotta go through this like whole quest to enable him. Okay, I'm not sure what happened here. Double the butt stabbing time, I know, right? I can stab twice as many butts now. Ring ring, Batman. Okay. Right, so Dimitar, did you mean that that scaling? Is that the correct size? Because I'm a little confused here. It is 111. Time to kick gum and chew ass. And stab ass, so yes. And a whole lot of gum. And ass. So what am I gonna do with myself? Strange scale. Nope. Okay, got it. Got it. So we can fix that up then. Give it a 2 for now. Okay. Boop. Oh. Boop. Nice. Perfect. And then the material, of course. Hey, yeah, that looks better. Perfect. Right. Okay. The train of thought that I lost. Oh, there it is. Right. There's the actual machete stabbing mechanic. Right now, it's too slow. Um, so right now you have to. Let's see. Let's grab it. Machete, craftsman's machete. Oh, nice. Right now you have to hold the key, hold the mouse, and then you let go, and then an attack is executed. So what we're gonna do is hold the button. If you let go too soon, it just does this animation. So like this, yeah, it just does this animation, like you failed to do the quick attack. If you do hold it all the way through, it's gonna do a different animation, and then on the tail end of animation, if you press a button again, it's gonna do a secondary backswipe attack, which is, again, it's just going to be in the flow, and then at the tail end of that animation, again, you can press a button, and it's going to do the first attack again. So it's just going to go back, it's going to allow you to do these chained multiple attacks together. All you have to do is just get the timing right. Maybe it'll be like a quick event type thing, like reloading your guns in Gears of War. Man, I need a new texture for this thing. Scale fixed. Okay, can go to now. Beautiful. Just do this. Oh, yes, but that's going to conflict with the item ID now. So I'm just going to fetch. We'll fetch and we'll be done. Oh, I guess we don't have to fetch because the file is the same. Okay. And oh. Hello. So what's up with the no one's interested with 3-hour long video? Well, streams and videos tend to hit a bit different, right? Streams is like you're talking to somebody in real time. Videos, I tend to kind of look at the viewership statistics, and when I started doing these development log updates, they would be up to an hour, and then they kind of went into 1.5 hours because I started doing them further apart, so more content has to be covered. And then I kind of see that the longer the video is, the less people are watching it, because again, it's like we're approaching WAN show type durations, right? And nowhere near as fun. So yeah, so I need to make more updates but shorter, because then they're a little bit easier to consume. Plus, it's very taxing to make these updates. Do not push. Now I did. Okay, got it. Try pulling. That's what she said. Let's see. So let's get this. There we go. Machete's in. And nice. Beautiful. Although I think the material is going to be gone now. Yup. Okay. Machete, Massachusetts. Cool. All right. I know, and I'm just trolling. That's fine. It is what it is. Oh yeah, you know what? One more thing that I actually wanted to do. Let me run the game right now and take a look at where the player's looking at. So deep in the project files, find it back. Oh yeah, you did have the hard drive crash. Good thing you pushed that to the project before, eh? Otherwise, we would have lost that beautiful thing. Microsoft Flight Simulator is on sale, from 79 to 47. Okay, Steam. All right, what are we looking at? Machete, Craftsman's machete. Nice. Nice. Oh god, I'm gonna have to be very clear to Cole what these things are and what they should sound like. Otherwise, I dread what might sound, what might come out of the, no pun intended, um, Cole's craftsmanship. It's like, this game's getting weird. I don't think I want to do sound effects for it anymore. My wife hates me after that last one. My kids don't want to talk to me. I think I traumatized them. All in the name of art. Alright, cool. I need to take a break. Because this shit's getting weird. Oh, you send pics. Right. Let's take a look. Oh, yes. Let's see here. Look at that. All of these pieces. These ones. Yeah. And this, everything here is basically grid mapped, so we can make any sort of deviations. Really cool stuff. I'm like, hey, we're keeping this for Automacon. Alright. Although, these screenshots don't even do it justice. It looked even better with proper material rendering in Godot. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So that's it. We're gonna wrap it up and take a break. We do still have an assload of time today. Well, maybe not as assload as I thought it might be. So, cool. Break time. Antoine's like, wait. I'm gonna hold you up more. See you all. Have a good night. Yeah. Sounds good. Go in the Concept Boy Discord. Oh boy. Hold on. That's not share 3D art. What did you do? Share 3D artwork? I see a bunch of AI images that Zoltan generated to mess around. Go up? Oh, jeez. The Chicken Man. Yes. Oh. Ah, timestamp. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Yes. These are the shortcuts. They were here all along. Perfect. Hold on. Let's see here. Rip that off. There we go. Yes. So we got the pipes. We got the POV view. Like, this looks awesome. Yeah, we got the chunks of concrete and rebar and everything. Ceiling lamps. These are the ceiling lamps that I was talking about before. They were meant for this one. There you go. Okay. Oh, yes, and perfect. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna take a break, take a meal, take a dump. That's it. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate the company. Maybe we'll be back. Looks great with lighting. Hell yeah. All right, see you.